Okay, so here are a list of things that you're going to need. You're going to need 2 pieces of cutaway stabilizer. Please make sure that this covers the entirety of your hoop. You're also going to need 3mm puff foam. I got this from All Stitch. This is my 5x12 repositional hoop for my Brother SE1900 embroidery machine. You're also going to need temporary adhesive. Along with temporary adhesive, you're going to need the flash drive that has the design that we'll be stitching in this video, and it's linked down below. You're also going to need a t-shirt, and I'm using a Gildan heavy cotton t-shirt. Let's get started. Now the first thing we're going to do is actually to hoop our 2 pieces of cutaway stabilizer only. So we're going to spray the first piece with temporary adhesive, and then we're going to rest the second piece on top, and we're going to hoop it without anything else. So just the 2 pieces of stabilizer in between the hoop. Now once this is finished, we're going to move over to our machine. Now my 5x12 repositional hoop has 4 little notches at the side. We're going to be starting with the left side of the design, or the top piece. So I'm going to be using the first and the second knob. Once your hoop is on, you now need to find the first half of your design. I already put my flash drive in. Let's select our 5x7 hoop right here, then select the first half of our design. Hit set, edit end, and then embroidery. I have to reduce my tension to a 3 because that's the best tension for my machine. Once that's set, I'm gonna hit OK, and now we can start stitching. The first thing that will be stitched is your placement stitch, and this tells you where to put your foam. It also ensures that the piece you do cut covers the entirety of that placement stitch. Now, like I said before, this is my placement stitch. Once this placement stitch is finished, I'm gonna get my 3mm puff foam that I got from All Stitch, and I'm just gonna put this on top of the MA. Once this is finished, we're not gonna stitch step 4. We're not gonna stitch color 4, so make sure that you don't stitch this. We're gonna go all the way back to the home screen, and then we're gonna find the second half of our design. Now the second half of our design, you'll be using the 3rd and the 4th knob. So don't forget, you need to reposition the hoop. And of course, I'm gonna adjust my tension and then start stitching. So let me just reposition the hoop to the 3rd and the 4th knob. Once the hoop is repositioned, I actually forgot to rip away the foam. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna rip away the foam just to show you how easily the foam rips away. It got stuck in that bottom piece right there simply because I forgot to cut the jump stitches. I'm gonna cut that right now, and look how easily that foam just came off. Love that for me. And guys, remember the Mama embossed design is linked in the description below. Now I'm gonna put the hoop back on the machine, and then remember I'm using the 3rd and the 4th knob. Once the hoop is on, it's rinse and repeat the same steps, right? So it's going to do the placement stitch, which will tell you where to put your foam. Once the placement stitch is finished, you can go ahead and just cut the jump stitches and then rest that foam on top. Now, once this is finished, or whilst this is stitching, let's actually move over and prepare our shirt to start stitching. So I'm just going to fold it in half, and I'm going to use my Cricut mini press just to seal in that center seam so I can get a center line in my shirt. And then I'm going to use a heat erasable pen just to mark that center. Once that is finished, I'm going to get my Hoop Master Home Edition. And if you guys don't have this, you need to get one. I do have a code linked in the description where you can get free shipping. Now my design is finished stitching. I'm going to be using the second and the third knob to put this hoop on the station. Once the hoop is on the station and everything is good, I'm going to spray the entirety of the hoop, the design, and the stabilizer with temporary adhesive. Great. Then I'm just going to put my shirt on, and then I'm going to make sure everything is centered, everything looks good, and just use my hand to press the shirt into that stitch out. So make sure that everything is properly adhered to the design itself. Once this is finished, we can now remove the shirt from the station, and I'm going to show you the back of the design real quick just to show you how it looks. This is how it looks right now. And then once that is finished, we can go ahead and just put this back on the machine. Now, I'm actually going to go back to the home screen. We're going to find the first half of our design. Remember, because we didn't stitch number 4 in the sequence. So we're going to find the first half of our design, and we're going to jump to color 4 or step 4 in the stitch out. Once we're at step 4, just hit OK and you can start stitching. And remember, you're using the first and the second knob for the first part of the design. Once this is finished, you're going to reposition the hoop to the third and the fourth knob. But before you can do that, you need to get the second half of the design, right? So we're going to find the second half of our design, and we're going to do what we did before. We're going to jump to step 4 in our color sequence. Once you've jumped to step 4, reposition the hoop to knob 3 and 4 and then start stitching. And guys, remember, this full step is in the instructions that come with the design. Once it's finished stitching, you can just remove the hoop, cut away your excess stabilizer, and that's about it. And also make sure that you cut your jump stitches.